Off top, the heaviest raw squat ever recorded in the history of powerlifting is 1,157 pounds. Raw squat means only a belt and knee wraps. Play music.
This is the Domonique Foxworth Show.
Welcome to the Domonique Foxworth Show. I'm Domonique Foxworth, and I'm joined by the king of Squattober, Charlie Kravitz. What's up, buddy?
I can't wait for November.
Do the people know, have we talked about this on the show before, that you are participating in Squattober and you're, for whatever reason, decided to reintroduce your body to squats? Well, I guess that's not right. For whatever reason, for a good cause.
For a good cause, yeah. So I'm doing Squattober with the Butter King, Bo Allen. Yeah, so he explained it in a group chat, and this is a classic thing. I wasn't paying attention. It's like, do you want to do Squattober? I was like, yeah, sure. And then I was locked in, and I was like, I can't be soft and quit before it even starts. And then I was like, this is great. I'll just adjust the program and like have like a 15-pound kettlebell and do some goblet squats. Get the knees bending a little bit. Nope, just barbell back squat every single day. And you know what the thing is like
competitive is why'd you or the
rules were you had to film every rep of the squats as prescribed and go from that. But the thing is like I'm 28 days in and I'm cheeked up on a Tuesday. And I still got it.
You got some buns?
It's not like that. It's like sometimes I look at the video in a power position. I'm at the bottom of my squat. I'm like, damn, no wonder you were such a people mover.
I'm proud of you. Jeff may come in and crash. He would appreciate that you are a people mover now. Yeah, I was you told Jeff about Squattober last week, and so I started following Bo Allen online, and today he did like 585 or something,
and this is like the taper day. This is the taper day before we're trying to PR on Thursday.
That's a ridiculous amount of weight to be lifting if you're not lifting it for a reason. Like
he like moves well too. It's the crazy part. Yeah. It's like he's so strong, and then he plays a ton of pickleball, and he was like, I guess he played at 330. He's like 270 now. It's like just crazy strong. I think he's working off like a 690 max squat.
690.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm working off a big max squat of 275 is my estimated max. But
congratulations.
I sent you a photo. You can react to it. Maybe we put it in the show at some point. But like that you can't see it. This hanging in the Louvre. My squat form, I still got it.
Oh. That's great form. You look serious too with your hat and your headphones on. That's nice.
Breaking the plane.
That's great form. Chest up, nice and high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nice parallel. I'm impressed with the baby weight on there.
That's 250. That's pretty good for me.
Baby weight.
Yeah, dude. I'm a doughy loser. What do you expect?
Baby weight. A little bit of baby weight. I like it though. That's good. Nice.
This is okay. So for the audience, me and Domonique have worked out together. Yeah, we worked out in Miami, and I obviously knew I was not going to be as strong or as good at the workout as Domonique, and we did the workout. And afterwards, it only went up to 70-pound dumbbells at the gym. And afterwards, Domonique was like, "Thank God," because even if it had gone heavier, I wasn't going to let you outlift me on a single lift, no matter what.
Chance. And like the funny thing is, like the entire workout, I was like being pleasant and kind and like taking breaks and like, yeah, like we're going along. But I needed you to know afterwards that a competition was taking place. And it's not by choice. I didn't want it to happen. I just don't have a choice. Like, don't you get it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like
if you were lifting with someone else that was like not the athlete that you were, you would also be like, yeah, I'm not letting this person leave here thinking that they're stronger than me.
The thing about that is like, I've never had to think that way.
No. Okay. Here we go. If you're just hitting around playing tennis with somebody, but you're just knocking it around and they like hit a good shot and you guys aren't keeping score, you're going to make sure that you hit one back to let them know that you're, I don't know, you're a tennis
That's exactly right. When someone's like, if someone's like, oh, let me see if I can return your serve. Normally I'm just dinking it over. And then they're like, I got you. No, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah. That's our point.
We're going 110 at the body if you start talking.
And it was cool while we were working out. Like, it was fine. It's not a big deal.
It was a great time.
Working out together. I need to be 10, 15 pounds above you. And then you started adding weight, so I'm going to add a little bit more. Because it's just like, it's not, we can just be chill at this point as long as you stay where you're at. But if you went somewhere else, I went to Greeny's club last year and worked out with his trainer. And the trainer tried to break me, but I had told him that a couple of days later, I saw him again and was like, I was dying. But one thing I wasn't going to let you and your little fancy club do is think that your workout was going to hurt me. It was killing me, but I was going to kill that workout.
That's
I got a problem.
And I told you this too, is that when we started Squatober, I was setting the expectations as low as possible. Like, I didn't want to go in this being a doughy loser in my mid-30s, a middle-aged white guy, and then be like, oh, I'm going to be so good at this. I don't know if you know this, but I don't know if you know this. I was a high school offensive lineman, and do that to NFL guys. And so instead and then the first day I get a text from the Butter King himself being like, don't take offense to this, but your form is a lot less bad than I thought it would be. And I was like, yeah, I'm not you, but I'm not them.
We got to get to some football because I had a train story for you also, but I feel like we spent most of our grab time talking about Squatober.
Can we do a tiny bit of non-football grab too?
Oh, well, this isn't grab if it's sports because I know where you want to go. This is grab is when we talk about our life and we just mess around. That's grab. You want to talk about you either want to talk about Wemby or Ohtani, right?
I want to talk about both of them.
Okay.
But we should start with
because
Ohtani.
You've been lighting my texts up, and I stayed up as late as I could, which I guess when this comes out, there would have been another baseball game.
That he pitched in. That he's pitching in tonight after the 18-inning game where he hit two home runs.
Binks.
And
hold on, you forgot about the doubles. What did doubles have a cute name too, or just Binks?
I don't know, just whatever.
Dubs?
Gap shots, ropes, frozen ropes, lasers, missiles. The fact that he decided last year that he was just going to steal 59 bases because he wasn't pitching, and he was like, whatever, I'll go 50-50.
He got thrown out. I watched him get. Well, he actually beat the pitch, but he stepped off, or he beat the throw, but he stepped off the bag on second. See, I'm even knowing baseball. I said bag.
It's just crazy. Like, honestly, like with the Ohtani and Wemby thing, I know our friend Bomani Jones talked about this slightly on his podcast, and it was like the best way to describe it with Ohtani. Like, in our wildest dreams, we never thought we were going to see this again in a baseball player. And it's the first time in my life that I think someone is better than steroid Barry Bonds. And I didn't think that. And for like, Barry Bonds had a season where he hit 45 home runs. He only struck out 41 times. He hit 360 with a 609 OBP with 232 walks. If they had pitched to him that entire season, he would have hit 80 home runs. And I think Shohei Ohtani is a better baseball player than that. Like, what he's doing, it's just unfathomable to do it in the postseason like this too, where it's the highest leverage situation.
It's not just the postseason. It's the World Series.
Yeah, I mean, he did in the NLCS too.
It's ridiculous. That to me, so I was watching the game when he after I switched off of the Monday night game when your Mandos got out of hand on your Mandos. They caught me up. Was like, yeah, he's 3 for 3, and then he was up to bat, and the manager went out to talk to the pitcher, and I was like, okay, yeah, they're gonna probably pitch around him. Very next pitch, first pitch of that bat, it's a home run and ties the game up, and then from then on, just walk the man all the way out. 9 for 9 for on base percentage is absurd with 2 extra base hits and 2 home runs.
It's unbelievable, and it's like it was just a week ago we were discussing if he's had the greatest game in the history of professional baseball. And it also, and he just had a better one potentially, but it's also like, I don't think that we could have ever realized that a baseball game would steal the night from Monday Night Football. Like, that seemed not possible in the, like,
I mean, it's absurd that it seems not possible that the third game old pivotal, what's the seesaw game of World Series. The fact that it's not the favorite to win tonight is kind of absurd in the first place, but then that it does manage to win tonight is shocking. And
but that's because we're addicted to football. I'm addicted to it.
I mean, it's the most American thing there is. It is us, football,
and it's the best. And like, obviously that game wasn't good, but like the Ohtani stuff was unbelievable. It's an athlete. Like this gets said a lot. Like, I actually don't think we're seeing another one of these. Like, I don't think like there's a world where we're going to see more Mahomeses, where like there's Xerox copies of. We're already seeing an attempt of it with Dylan Raiola. Like, there's going to be guys who play this, extend the game, like sling the ball around, all that stuff. We're going to see more Stephen Curry types. I don't think we're seeing another Ohtani, and that also like, I mean, I guess it's been 100 years since Babe Ruth, but this guy also like I don't even know. It's unbelievable. This takes us to the other guy of the night, Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, I mean,
we aren't seeing more of this. What is going on?
Oh, poor Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
I was trying to think of the NFL's version of it. It's like, I love Travis Hunter, but he ain't them. But that's a whole nother conversation. Let's still be happy about Victor Wembanyama. It's unfair.
The NFL's version of Wemby would have been if LeBron had decided to be a wide receiver and a defensive end at 6'9", 270.
I mean, are you sure that Myles Garrett can't throw? I mean, he might be the only possible, because no quarterback. Well, I guess Josh Allen could be the only quarterback that could potentially play a defensive position, right? I mean, I guess Lamar could probably play safety or something. I don't know. It's really hard to play DB, so let's stop it.
I mean, what do you have to do? You just mirror the guy. You just run with him, right?
All right, let's talk about how great Wemby
I'm just kidding.
is.
I'm just kidding.
I know you are. I'm not falling for that.
I'm just saying that for the audience.
I would never get mad at you. I'm not. One, I know you're trolling, and two, there's some things. There's a level. This is actually true. There's a level of stupidity that can't even get me mad. Like, if you want to troll me, which you're effective at sometimes, I know that was a joke. That wasn't even an attempt to troll. Because if you want to troll me, it has to be credible. Like saying a 62-year-old man could get 10 buckets or get 10 points in an NBA game. Yeah. 10 points in an NBA game. That is, and saying Michael, like, that's just credible enough to properly get me trolled.
You don't
saying
get it.
That playing DB is easy. Like, you just make yourself sound like a fool.
Yeah, I mean, that was obviously just a joke. The Mike thing, though, like, we don't need to go back to it, but I was right in that. That wasn't even a troll.
You were wrong. You still are wrong.
One game. He might die afterwards.
Let's talk about how great Wemby is.
He might die afterwards.
I'm not getting sucked into this stupid conversation. Because if the goal was for the team, the goal is we will get Mike a chance to score 10 points. I agree with you. If you are just going to play a normal game and coaches have to respond appropriately, then no, like, he's 62. He's going to hurt the team more than he's going to help the team. We're not going to design our offense just to get a couple open jumpers for a 60-year-old man. I want to talk about Wemby.
Okay, you took the bait on that. You said I couldn't effectively troll you. It took 1 second.
I'm proud of you. You're getting better. Your troll game is strong, man.
The Wemby. I don't. What's your experience watching him? Because this is the most excited I've been to watch regular season basketball since the 2011 Heat or the 2016 Warriors. Whereas, like, what is this? What, like, every night it feels like every quarter it feels like there's something that's completely unbelievable. It looks fake.
I'm embarrassed because I haven't yet this season watched a full Wemby game. I've been consuming it through highlights, and it's been absurd. But the way that you talk about it, and it's not just Wemby, it's also that the rest of the team is really good too. So, like, I was at the Summer League, Wemby's first game, and that was fun. It's cool watching him play, and I've seen a bunch of his games, obviously. I haven't watched any of the games yet this year, so I'm not yet at Heedle's level excitement for Wemby. But you're getting me there, and I think I'm going to have to watch one of those games. But, I mean, the highlights are – that's the thing, is the game experience, I think, will – I guess the question I have for you, and this is what I would get from a game experience, is, like, what's the ceiling for this team?
I think absolutely NBA title contender.
Jeff Saturday's here.
I think that already.
Have we already started?
Yeah, we've been talking about Shohei. We're talking about Wemby right now. We were talking about Charlie Squats.
Oh, his Squattober.
Squattober. Yeah, we talked about Squattober.
How did it go, Russ? Thank you, sir.
We're on the final week. We're on the final week of Squatober. We can't wait for November.
What's your number?
Don't tell me your number, man. You're going to embarrass yourself.
I told him last week. The most I've squatted is 250.
He sent me this screenshot.
Oh, getting down.
Getting them
Look at that.
Well,
getting them down. No, that's a good squat, bro.
It's quality.
Quality.
He's proud of himself.
Hey,
Quality.
look.
Hey, it's quality over quantity, dude. Don't worry about that weight, dog. That weight comes after you get that form perfect.
You can only do it what I can do, and look, I'm a doughy middle-aged loser. I'm gonna take
pop at the top, Charlie. That's all I want to know. Do you pop at the top?
No,
you don't pop at the top.
No, you don't even know what that means.
Oh, okay.
No, I pop at the top.
You pop at the top.
I gotta clear the hips. Get the glutes engaged.
You're gonna blow it. You're gonna blow a disc, dude. Don't you dare pop at the top.
It's like a Key and Peele sketch.
This kid out here popping a freaking disc. Freaking get wobbly. You talk to white kid and doing stupid stuff. That's what you're doing.
I didn't know he knew.
No.
I didn't know he knew about popping at the top.
Gotta engage the glutes.
Yeah, just give it a little pump at the top.
No,
man.
don't you do it to yourself, Charlie. Don't you do it.
We were talking about how we got past Shohei Ohtani, and that took us to Wemby, because he's doing a similar, which is absurd. Because
okay, hold on, let me add one. Because I got this question earlier today. I forget who asked me. It was after one of the morning shows, and it was like, if you can watch Shohei, if you can watch Wemby or Mahomes, and which do you pick if you can only watch one?
I think it's easy right now.
You think?
I think. Well, actually,
bro, it's so difficult.
It gets harder because
so me. I said I can take Wemby off now.
Okay.
Because he hasn't. He's not there yet.
I'm taking Wemby by a mile.
Yeah, my obvious answer was Wemby. Then I thought more about it. I think that we take Mahomes out of the conversation because we've already seen so much great Mahomes.
Oh. See, right? That's why. Because what if he surpasses?
He can't do better than he's been doing.
Dog. If he goes to a
we can't. No. We can't project surpassing. We're talking right now.
Yeah,
right now, today.
And what you just saw last night, like it looks.
But I think
good.
that's the thing is what Mahomes is doing. We've been seeing Mahomes do it for a while.
We should be bored with it.
No, it's not that we should be bored with it. It's less. It's less exceptional.
Oh, my word.
If Mahomes gets a season where he gets the Randy Moss type, the 07 Pats season, that can reshape the whole conversation.
When he had Tyreek.
Yeah.
I literally, last night, I'm watching Mahomes.
Yeah.
Mahomes is rolling to his left and throws a freaking dot back to his right. And I thought to myself, he has made the incredible look so common, man. Dude, I played offense. That throw.
So I guess
it's so freaking good.
This is that BS MVP argument that you made earlier today. I'm about to use it. We get to that. We get that later. I'm about to use that to my advantage now. Like the distance between what Mahomes is doing and some of the other quarterbacks that are in the league right now is smaller than the distance between what Shohei is doing and everyone else that we've seen and what Wemby is doing and everyone else that we've seen. So that's my point. Like, if I can watch Mahomes, I can watch Josh Allen, I can watch Pete Lamar, I can watch Matt Stafford, I can watch Dak Prescott. And of course, none of them are Mahomes.
Right.
But they are all like...
I agree with that.
That
was my point this morning, by the way. That was my point this morning.
They're in the same category.
Right.
Like Mahomes is the king of it, but y'all all are this type of guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Then I look at Shohei.
Well, I mean, you think like that, so that's where I was going to go. Like show, like you just look. He would be like a mix between like a Peppers, and a Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like you got a Mahomes and a Peppers combined, bro. He could play quarterback and closer at defensive end. Like
the nuts thing about the last night stuff is that and after this will be Aaron, there would have been another game played though, and he's gonna pitch in it. But the nuts thing about that is if he played a perfect game offensively, right?
Perfect.
And then also the game before that, he played a nearly perfect game. So it's, to your point, it's as if we are having conversations about like the best player at multiple positions. It's not as if we are.
We are.
And then we do the same thing. The problem with comparing him to Wemby is like basketball players play both sides of the ball.
Correct.
But nobody does what he does at 7'4" now. He's growing, right, Charlie?
He's still growing.
7'4", 7'5". I mean, I genuinely like. You guys know I'm a Jokic stan. I think he's like one of like the 12 best. I think there's a real world where by the end of the year we don't even like. It's clear that Wemby is the best player in the world. It's every game it looks fake. I'm not saying they will win the title, but like he is so good defensively. Like there have been so much talk about how for the last 10 years it's all layups and threes. Well, there aren't layups anymore. There aren't layups anymore when he played the Spurs. He's holding NBA teams under 100 because it just is like it's a freak of nature.
Decided that the paint is no longer an option.
It's his. I've grown here in this game, and now I'm going to show y'all what is up.
And then the ball handling and the shooting and the vision, like all those things. That
Can you imagine? Like, think about this. When you and I, Charlie, I don't know, are you in your 40s?
No, not yet.
All right, so when you and I came up, like a guard, they 6'5"-ish. You know what I mean? Like,
and that was tall. I feel like Jordan was 6'6", and he was like a shooting guard,
right?
But like you could be a point guard in the NBA.
Steph Barber,
6'3", 6'2". Yeah.
Now you got dudes handling the ball that look like guards who are 7 feet tall,
and they kind of like. I mean, the guard position to some degree, not completely, but it's kind of starting to be phased out. Like you just become like a ball handling wing, is what you're looking for. Yeah. And now you are getting to the point that Wemby is capable of all the things.
Everything. If you squint, he looks like a 7'5" Jamal Crawford when he's playing offense.
just microwave offense.
Oh,
it was just behind the back, tween Hezzy 30, and you're like, oh, he shot that from 35 feet. That's cash.
I would say the Shohei for me would probably be the one I couldn't miss, just because not only is he pitching, his bat is insane. I mean, the dude got on base 9 times last night. Like to be that dominating, and no one in our berth with no one. Even before, I mean, you got to take it all the way back to like the 30s and 40s when these guys were doing. I mean, it has just gotten. He has separated himself. In a game that's really hard to do that. Like, think about the exception or the amount that's required to be a pitcher. The dude throws. If you've ever played baseball, I heard them say this morning. He throws 7 pitches, man.
Yeah, that's insane.
Are you freaking serious?
Yeah.
7 different pitches, and not just throws them, is good at throwing. That is stupid. You're just, I don't know. That's just crazy.
And
I think it was Jess who said
Mendoza,
it, and she was just like, 7? Really? And he's got 4 that are off speed. Oh my gosh! Yeah, you're just you got no shot.
He went 4 for 4.
Yeah. Dingers and doubles, and then just go ahead and walk.
You said.
Oh, it's the safest thing. That's a don't lose the game move. Brilliant game management. Don't let him hit one out.
Hack-a-Shack back in the day. It's just Hack-a-Shack. Let's just
not get another chance.
No,
I think there's a legitimate chance that he might not see another strike this entire series. And we're recording this after he might have already hit 2 more home runs. Yeah. But this could be Bonds where you just put him on base no matter what, even if the base is loaded.
And Mookie Betts is behind him, so and he's not hitting well right now. Right. So he's gonna get his opportunities. Anyway,
Guess who's not struggling? Freddie Freeman.
Oh,
Freddie,
Frederick,
your guy,
that's my guy,
your boy,
my man,
your
Freddie
boy.
Freeman.
First time Nick saw Freddie, it shocked him. Wait a minute, that's a Freddie Freeman? That's Freddie Freeman. That can't be a Freddie Freeman.
That don't sound like. I mean, that's how I hear Freddie Freeman. That's not what I imagine Freddie Freeman look like. I imagine a dude named Freddie who is a free man.
Hey, it was like Leon.
Yeah,
this morning we had a Leon.
We did have a Leon.
We had a Leon this morning.
Wait a minute. Leon Goose.
Leon Goose. Is Gosselin? Was that it?
Yeah, Goose Gosselin.
Yeah. You're going to be shocked when you find out about Jock Peterson and what he looks like.
There's a Jock Peterson, and he doesn't look like I expect. Does Jock look like you?
Jock looks like me. He's also the number 1 receiver on Devontae Adams' high school team, above Devontae Adams.
Shut up.
And he played baseball.
Yeah. Hunter
First
Renfro's
rounder.
got a little of that in him.
Yeah.
Hunter Renfro's got a little shock 'em, trick 'em in him, dog.
However, you hear Hunter Renfro, you get what you
Oh, for
expected.
sure.
But then he run around, and you're like,
wait,
hold on. That was not a Renfro route.
Rewind.
That was not a Renfro route. That looked like a Freeman route. That's not a Renfro route.
Oh, golly.
Charlie, we got some football topics.
Yeah, let's buzz through some football. All right, so tomorrow night, or I guess Thursday night, tomorrow night when you're listening to this, the Ravens are going to play the Dolphins. The Ravens are in this really interesting spot. Lamar is now appearing to play this Thursday. They are still 2-5. They're in a really winnable division where the betting odds still have them as even odds with the Steelers. The Bengals are immolating again. The Browns are not a real team. But the thing about the Ravens, and we talk about them probably ad nauseum, maybe even too much, is this is the last 2 weeks their defense has looked way more competent. And there was the number of the amount of snaps Kyle Hamilton played in the box. There was Mike Green getting his first sack, Roquan Smith looking healthier. Do you guys think that two-parter, one, that the Ravens have figured something out defensively, and two, if they're just passable defensively, does that elevate them to a team that you think could be really good by the end of the season?
I think you're asking questions that you know the answer to.
Yeah. When you talk about Lamar and when he gets back, the problem is even when Lamar was there, they weren't playing well.
Right.
And they got to get. Like I tried to make this comparison today when I was on First Take, and everybody's talking to me about like the Cowboys and how this could be a playoff team and blah blah blah. Let me just tell you, man, I am points win games in the NFL. I get all that. Your defense cannot be a liability in the NFL. The offense is your efficiency in offense has to be so good and so consistent to even give you a chance. Like there's no way a good offense can just keep out. Like think about the Chiefs. They reversed it the last couple of years. Their defense literally carried their team, and they got the best quarterback maybe to ever play the game. If the Ravens defense doesn't get significantly better, then they don't have a chance to win the Super Bowl. Like it won't happen. Like
when Lamar went out, their offense was high scoring but inconsistent, which
Correct.
I think was like it hurt their defense also. So like they get 3 and out in short field for the defense. So I think the question is
efficiency.
Yeah. Efficiency and effectiveness on offense and defense. Their defense has been playing better. I think if they can get their offense back to the level that it was, I guess it's one or the other. If they can get their offense back to the level it was last year, then that's a super high level and they're good. They get their defense back close to that, then they'll be in a good spot. It's also like true. The weird thing is I think everyone's a little worse except for the Chiefs. Right. And like the Chiefs are better than they were last year. Everyone else is a little worse.
Yes.
So like
you talk about the top teams like Buffalo, Baltimore, right.
Those kind of top teams. Of course, our Colts are much better.
Yeah, we are. We balling.
And on the NFC, it feels like the Eagles are obviously a little bit worse. So the Ravens, they have all the things. Like the preseason, they have proof of concept because we've seen it happen before, and they have all the parts back. So like, there's no reason to believe that they can't bring it all together. Correct. And the question is, when they get in the playoffs, what's going to happen?
That's right.
And last several years, they got to the playoffs and they fell short.
Right.
So like that's
funny is this though? We're just like penciling them into the AFC North title.
No, that's the only thing that matters for them,
right?
Yeah. Like,
and I would say this: the two most disappointing units in the NFL right now, like based on what your expectations were and where they are halfway through the season, are the Steelers defense and the Ravens defense. If you think about either of those teams, you would have said, man, these defenses are going to help these teams take it deep into the playoffs. Yeah. And the truth is that they've been the liability on both of these teams, and they shouldn't be, right? Like the way, like to Nick's point, I said going in, I thought the Ravens roster was probably the best roster constructed in the NFL preseason. Now, there's always going to be, you're guessing guys are going to play the same level, blah, blah, blah. But I did not see that thing tank down and definitely not the Steelers either. So that's been my biggest surprise on both those units.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes for them. And I think you're right, Charlie, that they have the easiest schedule the rest of the way in football, and they'll probably end up dropping one or two of those games. But they also get to go up against the Steelers a couple more times, which is a team they have to beat. I think they do end up probably winning the division and making it to the playoffs.
And I looked at the Steelers, man. The Steelers got the Colts, they got the Chargers, they got the Ravens twice, they got the Bills. Yeah. I mean, and they got the Bengals again. So they have teams that.
But I don't think the thing about the Ravens is just because they underachieved early in the season and had some injuries, the expectations for the Ravens don't change, which is why I skipped the conversation all the way to the playoffs. Like, no one cares about the Ravens winning a division or making it to the playoffs at some point. Like,
if you have Lamar, you should make the playoffs. Bottom line.
Yeah. Bottom line. The question for them is, can they get past Kansas City and Buffalo?
Correct.
And we'll see. Buffalo seems a lot more beatable than Kansas City does.
Yeah, especially with the Ed Oliver injury, bro. That is of all the trade things, I think that's got to be, like, if you're McDermott, I mean, that position in itself is vital for your defense. Mm-hmm. Like, they got it, and like, those dudes don't grow on trees. Nope. I mean, those are hard dudes to find. They're going to have to, I mean, maybe go shop Miami. Who are some bad teams that you could possibly shop some guys? Like, give yourself some kind of help on that.
Yeah, I mean, Miami's in division, so I doubt that it's going to be, to your point, like, those guys are not available.
Yeah, no one wants to trade them.
You're going to have to give up a ton and, like, mortgage some of your future to be able to get something like that. And they're in a tough spot. But
no.
What else you got, Charlie?
Well, next one, I want to move to Jeff, your team, your Colts. Like, this is so funny because, like, look, we all know the Colts are good. We know that they are right there with the Chiefs as the best team in the AFC. But we all have the hiccup, the thing that's lingering in the back of our mind because we saw the Sam Darnold Vikings last year of, like, does the clock strike 12 on this team? But then you look at the numbers and it's like they're leading the NFL in point differential by, like, a wide margin. They are second in points per drive ever, or I guess since 1978, only after the 2007 Patriots. That's above the 18 Chiefs. That's above the 2000 Rams, the greatest show on turf. That's above, like, I mean, the offenses you played on, which were iconic. Yeah. And, like, part of me is like, are we just being stupid? And this team has actually clearly been the most impressive team we've seen so far this season. Or, like, are we going to have that moment where we look up and we're like, we should have just realized this was real the whole time?
To me, this is offensively, I'm speaking totally at this point. They remind me of last year's Eagles, right? They have a very good offensive line that Steichen understands what they do well and what they don't do well. And so he doesn't put them in positions to hurt themselves, right? Like, doesn't do a ton of, like, just pure drop back. That's just not right, because he doesn't want 5-on-5 guys trying to block that way, right? He wants them to play physically downhill, do all those kinds of things, which I think plays into them. And Jonathan Taylor is a true home run hitter, which was what Saquon Barkley was, right? And so as you're creating these explosive plays, you're minimizing the risk that your quarterback has to take. Like, I saw. I've read some things. People are like, well, Daniel Jones has gotten away with some interception balls that the other team didn't get. Yeah, every quarterback does, right? When you're thrown over the middle of the field, of course that's going to happen. But they weren't intercepted, and it is risky. So what does Steichen do? Run it more, right? Like, because you are effective running it. You know what I mean? I think that's why I like the Colts. The point differential for me, I think, is overblown because they played some really bad defenses. And you're like, all right, I'm going to hang up 40 on the Raiders. I'm going to hang up whatever it is on Miami. I'm going to hang up whatever it is on the Titans twice. I mean, I'm not, and that's the NFL. But I mean, you know what I mean? Like, they are road stomping people. But I don't love point differential as much when it comes to, like, looking at that part.
And I mean, I think that for them, there's still a question there. So, like, the question at quarterback still remains. The reason they have been 7-1, they haven't been the same thing with Sam Darnold. I've been a believer in Daniel Jones, but it happened for Sam Darnold. Like, we got to the end of the year and you got to the really important clutch situations, and the run game was you had to take it out of your arsenal to some degree, and then it's tough. And that's, I mean, until we see it, we're not gonna believe that it, or not that we're not gonna believe it. I think when you compare them to the Eagles, it's a great comparison. But the reason when that kind of breaks down is because you said just the offense.
Right.
Like the Eagles' defense was incredible
Agreed.
last year also. And so like there's just so many different ways that they took pressure off the quarterback, and the quarterback was incredible in important moments last year. And so you just don't get that same amount of support for Daniel Jones that you got for Hurts. And doesn't mean that they won't get it done, because like we talked about, a lot of AFC teams are a little bit worse. So we'll see. They'll start getting matched up with some of these better teams here real soon. They got the Steelers this week,
they got Steelers and then the Chiefs. And when the other part too that like it's a new DC, right? Mm-hmm. So like the way Lou runs his stuff is, there's a lot. They do a lot. They try to get a bunch of accomplished, you know what I mean? So it's like, how do we, I think it was J-Mac today, and we were all having the conversation, like, when you go to playoffs, it's not as much about like how much you do, it's about how efficient and how well you run your core stuff. Yeah. Like that's what separates playoff wins and losses, because you can't get overly complicated when you're playing really good teams, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what you face in the playoffs. So
it slows you down. And
that's
I think like you want to be really good at, it's not clear what exactly their core concepts are.
Exactly.
Andy. But I think also like the level of talent wasn't super high. And so like they try to compensate it for it with scheme. But I think you're right. Yeah. You want to be good at one thing.
That's right.
And then build off of that, and then have a wrinkle based on the team that you're playing. You can practice out of that wrinkle all week to the point where you feel comfortable with it. But it's hard when you don't feel comfortable with everything to be able to pull everything out all the time. I think it sounds good. It feels good to be like, I got this big, long play sheet.
Right.
But you're often just better off like executing the hell out of one or two plays.
Especially for DBs, man. Y'all get asked to do so much. Good gracious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too.
I mean, just run with another fast guy. It's like,
listen to Charlie.
Oh gosh, I'm not falling.
Just go run with him. I like that, Charlie. I'm going to use that. I love that. I'm stealing that, dude. That's well played by you.
Is Quentin Nelson
your 200-pound squat as a center?
That's right. That's right. Is Quentin Nelson your favorite lineman to watch in the league right now, Jeff? Because he's mauling people.
I do. Listen, he is he plays nasty between the whistles. I like he's constantly chasing the end, picking guys up, right? Like you can tell he is bought in, and I love seeing when people are at the best of their craft. And I will be honest, I was critical of him the last year. Like people have been on him, and I thought for a couple of years he wasn't playing as well as he could. You know what I mean? And this year I felt like he's taken another step in leadership and quality of play, which I have appreciated. That left side, I mean, even Ramen over on the left side, I like. I mean, they're physical. They bang people around, and they want to play downhill, which I love.
Jeff loves to watch people who block well and are aggressive, but you got to finish the play.
That's right.
If you know, you know. It's not just finish the drive. No. It's properly end yourself in the right position.
That's
all
right.
that is very, so when he says nasty,
it's nasty.
It is dominating.
Exactly.
Like,
do you know what he does?
Let you know that I'm dominating.
Yes.
He pops at the top.
Yes, exactly right.
He pops at the bottom. Too.
Yeah. We do multiple pops. We're not scared of fines.
So do you guys think this is a team, if you look at how open the AFC is, and we move off the Colts after this, so we're like, I'm not sure you can actually trade for a pass rusher next Tuesday. I know that like NFL trades are weird, but this has been sort of bantered about. Is this a team that tries to go get a Jalen Phillips, a Max Crosby, a Trey Hendrickson type to just like try and put like a move that could put them over the top? Because that seems, of all the positions, that if you get someone who's a plug and play fit and you're like, go get the quarterback and set the edge, that seems like something that in season could be a massive value add for this team.
Well, the Trey Hendrickson when for the Colts would make, because he was with Lou in the past, but he's got the hip thing, he's been banged up. It's like, and they just gave him a contract. I think all of those things, especially for a team playing as well as the Colts are playing, is like I think you play it pretty tight to the vest. You don't want to mess up the rhythm, so I don't know.
I think it's funny the way that, because I think the way that we think in football, and I think it's hard to integrate someone into a football team as easily as you can in some of these other sports. Like baseball, it's fine. You just go The same thing you did with other teams, you just got a new shirt.
Yeah.
It's a little easier. And basketball is also pretty simple. Like the game is not that different, but the schemes are so different and the terminology is so different. It's a little harder. And I think to your point, like some of the chemistry stuff matters, but when you're close, and it's hard to have these like philosophical conversations about trades when it's not something on the table.
Right.
When there's something on the table, I would, receivers.
If I could trade for anybody who had the attitude of Kenny Moore, that's who I'm trading for. I'm trading for that cat.
Yeah.
Just his
great.
Whatever position on the field he plays, linebacker, DB. I want rush in. Like I want that dude. He is a animal, bro, and plays hard. That's the kind of dude you want on the squad.
But yeah, I think that would really help them. Some sort of pass rush that it would help to help them close out games and get pressure on passers. But those are hard to find. And
they play from the lead, which I mean, I remember
they probably are the highest scoring team in the first half. I would assume, first quarter for sure.
Oh, like they jump out to leads.
Opening drive almost every time.
Yeah. People are playing from down for sure.
Last question, we'll get you guys out of here. The Vikings, it looks like, so Wentz is out for the season. It's brutally, is getting his left labrum repaired.
Okay.
That was it was tough to watch the end of it. It seems like we're at the return of JJ McCarthy. And thinking back to the stories over the summer where Colin Cowherd and Diana Rossini were saying that some of the positive press around JJ McCarthy was to try and keep his confidence, that the organization was going out of their way to try and prop him. I don't know if prop him up's the right word. Encourage him. And then the first two games of the season, obviously at the second half against Caleb and the Bears, where it seemed like two different football games, and there was all this guile and moxie to win. He was winner guy. And then in week 2, it just like he did not look ready. He's still an incredibly young quarterback. He's coming back in a situation where it could be, I don't know if it's tough to succeed. Everyone talks about how KOC is this quarterback whisperer and they have this really talented defense. But do you see this? Like what are fair expectations to have for JJ McCarthy coming back? Do you think the leash is going to be short and they're going to go to a Max Brosmer, or like how do you play this for the rest of the year? He's a 22-year-old kid.
I don't know. I don't imagine that going to Max is something that they want to have to do.
No. That was just from a Kevin Seifert article that quoted saying that. Can I just read this quote? This is from Kevin Seifert reported. A person with knowledge of the Vikings thinking, half joked that O'Connell left Wentz in last Thursday's game because Brosmer, who had a strong training camp in preseason, might prove to be a better short-term option than McCarthy. That's the only reason I brought Brosmer into this debate. And that's a good reporter.
Right. I understand that. But I don't want to discredit his report, but that seems a little wild considering that they believe and are accurate in the idea that they're in their Super Bowl window right now. Like this, the only reason why they aren't as competitive as they were last year is they haven't gotten consistent play from the quarterback. I say the largest reason. They haven't gotten consistent play from the quarterback position. So I would imagine that if they had someone that they thought could give them consistent play, that they would go to that person because they believe that they have the talent to be competitive in the NFC. So it sucks. It's embarrassing and uncomfortable, but the truth of the matter is like they're not better off now than they were last year, and they're obviously not better off than had they stuck with Darnold or even Daniel Jones, and that's maybe they will be. And I guess this is your point about
that has to hurt them to let Daniel Jones out of the building.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you're trying to be funny or not, but
it's dead serious. Yeah. Like the $14 million deal that the Vikings gave, the Colts gave him.
Right. But I guess that to your point, they obviously are very concerned about McCarthy's mental state. Is like that's the only reason to let Daniel Jones leave is because you don't want to have someone breathing down his neck, and like that to me is like a mistake.
I think from my side, I think they moved on because of the last 2 games of Darnold's kind of tenure there in Minnesota, right? That they
saw the ceiling.
Yeah.
And they were like that this other guy maybe has a higher ceiling.
Yeah.
And we're ready. And he maybe has a lower floor too.
That's right.
But we're ready to
But we're gonna go try this. And so here we go. And we're kind of all in on this kid. And I think, you're seeing Darnold look very similar to how he looked in Minnesota now in Seattle. But I think for KOC, I think for all these guys, they were thinking, to your point, we're in this window where, we can get over the hump. I think that's really hard with a young quarterback, man. Like I know Mahomes has kind of ruined everybody, but I'm kind of of the school, like, you got to get so many starts in the game where before you really know what you got with this kid. And 2 starts, 3 starts, he needs to play. Like and you don't know what you have until he plays. This is very similar to me to like Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels. You can't really use because he got hot and just played stupid good last season. But I consider this his first real year. And you got to learn what he is, man. I mean, it's just part of it, moxie, whatever all that nonsense is. like he plays with confidence, but playing with confidence doesn't mean you make the right plays. You know what I mean? So that's the way I look at it.
My last question on that was, if you're on a team, like they had a legitimate Super Bowl window. Are you like last year? If you're on a team like that, how weird is it to feel like your quarterback of the future almost closes your current Super Bowl window?
I mean, I think it's
I mean, he might be awesome on Sunday, and I might look like an idiot.
I think it's easy. This is where, so I guess I'm of two minds. Like, I understand being disappointed and upset by not being able to maximize your window, but I also recognize like the concept of scared money don't make no money.
Right.
It's like we saw that ceiling, and you could argue that like we've seen other quarterbacks better than Sam Darnold have bad playoff performances also, and so you could argue that maybe with another year, like Sam Darnold could get better. But I think that they came to the conclusion that there is a ceiling, and with J.J. McCarthy, his athleticism and his ability, that they felt like there was a higher ceiling. And so like I understand the concept of we're going to take this risk and try to hit a home run. Maybe we strike out, but we're not going to try to small ball our way to a Super Bowl.
That's right. And we got money to spend because we got a rookie quarterback or second-year quarterback, right? We can do more for him until we really got to pay him. So let's see what we can get accomplished, And I think that's probably part of it, right? Is they don't maybe feel like this year in particular is their only window. They might be looking and viewing this thing as like a 2 or 3 year window. What else can we accumulate around him to get him? Because let's be real, like they haven't played, not just quarterback, they haven't played as well.
Really inconsistent
defensively.
Yeah. They just haven't. It just hasn't looked as crisp.
The line play hasn't been nearly as good too, which is obviously part of all of that stuff. And like
that's all we care about around here.
A Domonique show, a Foxworth Show maxim is like, look at the line play; it'll tell you the whole story.
That's how we pick our favorites.
But before we get out of here, I have one more Squatover video that Domonique needs to show you, Jeff.
Oh, you sent me a video?
I sent you another one, dude. I'm combine ready.
No,
I'm combine. I had some left in the tank.
Oh, is this a bench video?
What we got?
225?
225 bench.
Oh,
I had some left in the tank.
Got it. All right, so here's my question. How much more weight can you squat than bench? What's your ratios?
That's tough.
I'm a 1-to-1 guy.
That is
on that note.
That is terrible, dog. Don't ever say terrible. It's terrible. No, sir.
Man, guys,
you said I'm a 1-to-1.
All right, on that note.
God, I love you, bro.
I appreciate you, Jeff, for doing this. Thank you, Charlie. Thanks all the great producers. We out 1-to-1.
What he said, 1-to-1?
So he just thought it been changed the way. Just like that.
No.
Put it back, squat it, put it back. Dang.
This is the Domonique Foxworth Show.